Hi, my pickles, my snowflakes, and my ever slow and steady wins the race turtles. How are you? Well, today is one of the first in a series that I will do. Little boost, little motivational boosts, and videos about FOMO. Now, if you're new to my channel, or new to keto, or new to YouTube, or new, what does FOMO mean? Ugh, Sarah, I hate it when you use acronyms. It's like, but, you know, if you're going to be a member of the NMW club, don't even do this to me, Sarah. Come on, I'm just having my first cup of coffee. I don't need you spilling all this junk on me. Make it easy for me. Spoon feed it to me. It's too early to think. You're right. What is the No Matter What Club? Well, we have a president of it. His name is Blair, and he's been very, 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 very successful at losing a ton of weight, and his husband has too. And so he is the president of the No Matter What Club. What is the No Matter What Club? It's as simple as it sounds. No matter what. Now, what does FOMO mean? Okay, bring us back to that one. FOMO is fear of missing out. There could never be a more poignant subject than right now, mid-November, in how we're going to deal with the onslaught of all the CRAP. I mean, it's like just reading the food flyers this weekend for the Friday sales. It's like for the baker and for the candy maker and for the it really displeases me, can you tell? So, how do we feel about all of this going into our season of like, come on, try it. You loved it last year. I made the, here's the good one. I made it just for you. Did you? Okay, well, I'm going to take it home and start that paper plate at these festivities and putting all the stuff on it and give it to somebody that you know has no intention whatsoever of taking care of themselves over the next 2 months. Or do what I've done at times. I come home and I just throw it away. It's just easier than getting into it. People, one thing I find is that this time of year, people look for company to be naughty with all the foods, right? Why not? This is the time of year. My sister's doing it, and she's in Weight Watchers, so, she's doing it. And I'm only like 3 weeks into keto, but I deserve this because I've lost 7.5 pounds, and I feel great. You heard that, right? I've lost 7.5 pounds, and I feel great. Oh, okay, so let's get into wrecking your metabolic progress to take a break and have some sugar, some carbs, and some junk. And see, I'm a recovering food addict, and all I know is that 1 bite is too much, and 1,000 bites is never going to be enough, okay? And by letting in the goody goblin inside of me, it's going to take over. And there will be a day, from now until, well, I always say Valentine's Day, because it goes all the way through right to Super Bowl Sunday, eating all that crap, all that football food. And so you need to be sprayed and Pam. You need to have armor on you. You need to practice the fine art of no thank you, without a debate, without a why, without a how come, without a come on, without a I made it for you. This won't hurt. You've done so good. Look at you. You're so skinny. Come on, just have this one. Well, for somebody like me, there is no one. I'm not going to have a glass of eggnog that's spiked with whiskey. I'm not going to have wine. I'm not going to have bubbly champagne any more than I'm going to have anything carby or sugary. The candy, the breads, the thises and the thatins and all that kind of stuff that you see flooded everywhere on Pinterest, when you go onto YouTube and you see, this is how we can keto-fy this bread, and this is how we can keto-fy these cookies. No, you can't. You know, I'm just saying it's a dangerous, dangerous neighborhood. I don't want to go there, and I don't want to see you guys go there. Because you know why? Because I've been doing this long enough, doing videos long enough, having a following long enough that people come back months later, months, not a day or two, and they started slipping from the Halloween candy on. And then it was 4 months later, and they just kind of come back and just say, it was awful. I gained 17 of the 25 that I lost with keto. I wish that I had listened to you, but I didn't. Some of us don't even learn we're an addict until we get one of those N=1 results from the experiment of thinking we can get away with something. You know what I always say? I've had my quota. I've had my quota. There isn't a sugar item or a standard American diet carby item, white flour item, that I haven't had in my 68 years that I need any more to prove to me what I am. Can any of you identify with that? There is nothing that you're going to take a bite of that is going to make you feel better. The next day it might happen, and if it is the next day after partaking, you're lucky. Consider yourself very lucky. You could wake up with a food hangover, an emotional hangover. You could feel like crap. You could feel guilty. You could feel ashamed. Do I have to tell anybody about this? And hope that you can jump back on, and hope that it's not in your house, any more of it in your house. So you have to be careful, really, really careful. Because I will tell you something else. Once you start taking care of yourself and you follow keto and you do it under 20 total, never, never, never net, always, always, always total, like totally dude, totally total. What happens is when you think that you can step off of the curb of your little road, your little pathway, step off the curb and have just a little something, something, you could get a reaction that like, well, I did this all the time before and I never had that. That's right. Because you're healing your body, and your body is saying to you, I feel so good. Wow, this really feels great. Now I don't ever want to harm myself. You know, I've seen professional experts, food experts, doctors and lawyers and Indian chiefs and all those people talk about assaulting your stomach. That crap is going to assault your stomach. I just read a comment today. A woman gave up artificial sweeteners and Diet Coke 4 months ago, and she felt great, because that's sometimes what happens, is you start to feel great, and you forget what made you start to feel great. You know that funny thing that happens? Don't be watching 25-year-olds. Don't be watching 30-year-olds. If you're my age, that game is over. That ship sailed decades ago. You're not that special anymore. You're not going to get away with it the way that these bouncing metabolisms can get away with it. It doesn't work that way for us, okay? That's why you're watching here, right? So, anyway, this lady that gave up the artificial sweeteners and Diet Coke 4 months ago had a hankering for Diet Coke. And guess what she did? She went and got one at McDonald's through the drive-thru. And guess what happened? Yeah, yuckums. Yeah, you needed to be near a bathroom for the rest of the afternoon. And so, is that fun? Well, was it worth it? Of course it wasn't worth it to her. But she had to learn. Each one of us will have some sort of symptom occurring sort of thing where it's like we learn that, like, oh, bad choice. Now for her, it was instant, right? And that's almost helpful. That's a thank you, God, for making it so fast. Because for a lot of us, you have a little num-num, and what happens is nothing. Nothing happens. And what does that do to your brain? I know what it did to my brain. It starts telling my brain that, like, maybe you have just been overly cautious and you don't really need to do what you need to do. Maybe you can have some of this and get away with it. jump off that curb, have the goodies, and jump right back on. Maybe you're special. I'm not special. I know that that can't happen to me. I know because in my past, I've done it with alcohol, I've done it with cigarettes, and now it's food. Since I've been low carb, high fat, and then onto keto, I have never cheated with a standard American diet item. My cheat, if, today I was thinking about it, I laughed. I said, my cheat today would be having a baked potato with a steak. My cheat today would be having 60 grams of asparagus instead of just 30. My cheat today would be having a beloved sweet potato with a pork chop, because I used to love sweet potatoes with pork chops. I mean, those would be my ideas of cheats today, and probably nothing would happen. But none of that is standard American diet. They are just too high carb, starchy veggies that I added to my food program. And, I have no desire for all of those things. Why? Because I can't entertain them. Have you ever seen, heard, read, watched a man or a woman trying to give up porn? They have like the 3-second rule. If something assaults them on their TV, their YouTube, their something that triggers their porn issue, they have to get out of it real quick. Just remove themselves. Well, that's how I am with Pinterest, or how I did this, how I make this, how I keto-fied this. That's how I have to do it. I have to get right out of that recipe, right out of this is how I cook it, because you know why? Because I'm a food addict in recovery, and it'll start looking like a great idea. And I have to be very, very careful. Visuals trigger me. Now, so far, I've been lucky. A day at a time, I don't partake in eating things that are non-keto, that I shouldn't have, that are high sugar, high carb, white flour, all of that kind of stuff. I swear, it's the keto pizza that has kept me abstinent since I began low carb, high fat for the last 5 years, with that turning into keto. It is my sanity thing. And that's why I keep it going. 1, because I love it, but 2, because it keeps me, I know it is my safety food, because I know that if I knew that I could never, ever, 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 ever have a pizza again, that I would be in trouble. My head would be spinning. And so I'm able to do that by having it once a week. It just keeps all the goblins, the junk goblins inside of me, just purring. They're out of the way. They're not bothering me, because they can be awakened at any time. So we've got the season of FOMO, and you don't want that in your life, right? And so what you're going to do is pay attention to videos like this. Make the commitment to yourself. Do what you have to do to keep yourself safe. I can tell you what I do. I track, weigh, measure. I don't bring those foods into the house. If I'm in a social situation, if that means I'm having an extra serving of scallop wrapped in bacon or something like that, so be it. I need to protect myself, and I need to do it the way that I need to do it. So I'm not drinking diet sodas. I'm not having any fruits. I'm not having any artificial sweeteners. I'm not having any white sugar or sugar items. And I'm not having anything with the carbs in it that is a standard American diet entry, because I'm special. I'm not special. I'm a food addict in recovery, and killing the cravings by not having sugars or carbs or artificial sweeteners or diet sodas or fruits. The only way that I can maintain my abstinence in my keto food plan under 20 total is by not having them, because it lights up the brain like cocaine. In fact, some studies have shown that sugar will light up your brain more than cocaine. Who knew, right? So we have to be careful. This is one of the series. This is just the first one, because we need to pump ourselves silly with motivation and inspiration every single day, because this is a long-ass season. And I don't know about any of you, but I know a lot of pickles, snowflakes, and turtles make it through Halloween, make it through Thanksgiving, make it through Christmas, and they get to after July 1st, New Year's Day, and they go, that's it. I was good all that time. I'm just going to have one day and blow it out. No, you're not. You might think you are now, but that's months away. So for right now, we just deal with today. And what are you going to do for yourself for today? Remain on keto, remain 20 total carbs or under, become a member of the No Matter What Club. There is not a stack of paperwork. We don't do a query check on you. We just hold you to be accountable to you. This is funny listening to Dr. Oz talk about keto. He said, this is an adult program, and we expect you to be an adult about it. What does that mean? It means you're not planning your cheat 2 days after starting keto. It means that you're not talking about how disappointed you are because you've only lost 7 pounds in 6 weeks and you're 63 years old. It's none of that. It's a lifestyle, and you just have to do it for today. For today. You don't get planning into your future. You don't have to worry about what people are going to push on you when you go to so-and-so's house. You're going to plan accordingly. You're going to bring little containers of what you have for dressing for a salad. You're going to make sure that there's a nice protein at the thing. You're going to bring, what did I bring last year? I brought asparagus wrapped in bacon. Why? Because I knew that was a keto-friendly thing that I could have at the meal. I brought broccoli cooked the way that I like it because I knew that if I had those 2 little things that I would be safe. And sometimes it's really about being safe. If you're a recovering food addict, you know what I'm talking about. Safe. Safe from all the pressure, the pulls, and the pushes. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you the next time. Why? Because that's how we do it here. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.